and gals, and welcome to another episode of Ginger Toy Mentor. So today we're going to be looking at this little ditty. It is the Diablo Loot Goblin. He is an Amiibo, and we'll have to take a look inside of Diablo later. I'll do this after we finish unboxing him. We're going to check him out, we're going to see what he does, and we'll scan him in the game. So the Diablo Loot Goblin, I believe, was only sold on... I believe it was only sold at Gamestop. I can't remember exactly, but there's a whole bunch of junk like all over this box. We've got cute but deadly written on the side. Got golds falling out of his little pack there. Obviously we've got the Amiibo logo, which means he works with the Nintendo Switch. Open him up and we're going to see what he looks like, shall we? So he's inside of a plastic container. Definitely seems like they're trying to protect him nicely. I mean, they're really trying to give him a good protection. He's really kind of jammed in there, though. And nice solid pop when it comes out. They got a little metal thing here on the bottom. It's to prevent you from being able to scan him while he's in the box, which is pretty petty. He has these little swords on top, which is pretty darn cool, and they're a little bit wiggly. I could potentially see these getting broken if you weren't careful with him. On the bottom, of course, we have some writing. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not. We also have the gold coming out of his little pack here, because of course, you know, as you chase these guys down, they obviously drop their gold. He's actually really kind of cute looking. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I got him in the first place. I actually bought two of these, believe it or not, and then I ended up selling one on eBay later. I didn't make much money off of it, but I hear they're actually worth quite a bit now. He also has the word Diablo 3 written underneath of him. It's a little difficult to see, but if you look closely there, you see it says Diablo 3 underneath. It has 3 lines as well. He's a cute little guy. And of course, if you wanted to actually utilize him as an Amiibo, you would have to get your Nintendo Switch, and you would have to load up Diablo 3. And I'm fairly certain I actually have Diablo 3 on here. But when you scan him as an Amiibo, he's going to give you some in-game effects, which, if I remember correctly, on Diablo 3... actually, I don't remember correctly. Well, I do have Diablo 3 on here, so you know what? We'll go ahead and we'll pull up Diablo 3 and we'll take a look at it.
Alright guys and gals, so here we are over on Diablo 3 using the Nintendo Switch. And to get this to work, you're going to have to go over to the stash. You're going to open up the stash. You're going to go down to where it says little bag right here. You see the little bag. Then you're going to go to items, and you're going to find the one that says Amiibo Portal. And you're going to put it in your inventory. And that's going to allow you to utilize the Amiibo Portal. Then once you are outside of your inventory, you're going to have to go to a zone that is not town. And when you are not in town, you are going to utilize your item. So we're going to go to the items while we're outside of town. We're going to go to Amiibo Portal. And then we have to use our Amiibo to summon forth the portal. And I can't remember, I think it's right over top of the joystick. And as soon as you use your Amiibo on the joystick, you will notice that the portal turns into a portal to the vault. So the vault is that really awesome place where all the little loot goblins are, where you find tons and tons of gold, where just in general you just have a really good time just getting tons and tons of loot. And at the end of this portal, obviously, is the greed master himself. And do pay attention, because there are some very interesting things in here that, of course, you can find. You can find loot goblins in here. The loot goblins can drop you some really nice stuff, as well as some very nice money. And they also have a chance to drop other items depending on what kind of loot goblins they are. So you want to make sure that you're checking all of them. This is the Odious Collector that I have here. So we're going to make sure that we kill him, because he's going to give us some really nice parts, usually some legendary item parts and things like that. Forgotten Souls and so forth. And we definitely want to make sure we pick all of these up. What do you mean you cannot do that? You can't pick up any more death breaths? That's right, you bet. Don't make me fight you. And of course, once you get to the very end of this, you will get... Ooh, Arcane. No, thank you, Arcane. I can't even see my HP bar to know how much HP I've got because I'm totally like not even. I'm covering up the entire HP bar, boys, which is exactly what you want to be doing when you are when you're playing a game like this. Just cover up the HP bar because who needs to see anything? Let me move myself out of the way real quick. There we go. Now I can actually see my bills, my skills, and my abilities and stuff.
I must wait longer. I must have a corpse.
Now, this can only be done once, so do keep that in mind. It can only be done once. So once you have finished this one time, we got an insufferable merchant who's trying to get away.
No. My essence is too low.
Nice. We got a legendary item drop, whatever the hell that was. Looks like a mace. I think it's a mace. Crush Bane Mace. A legendary two-handed mace. Of course, you find legendaries like crazy in this game. I'm over here pressing the wrong button all the time. It's been a while since I've played Diablo 3. And I actually really did enjoy getting the loot goblin amiibo. It was really fun to be able to summon the loot goblins over and over again. Basically once a day is what I've noticed. So it's basically once a day.
I require a corpse for that.
Come on. I'm just pressing buttons. This guy's set up. He's been set up a long time ago. I have no clue what his setup is. I'm just over here spamming buttons.
Give it more time. Give it more time.
No time. There's no time like the present. I don't even remember what my setup is on this guy. It's been a little while. All my guys were capable of Torment 15, though. I do remember that, so I probably shouldn't have any issue with these.
I need essence. That needs to recharge.
Right. Not bad, not bad. If there's any more of these hidden loot goblins in here. And then eventually you will find your way down to the actual the boss of this zone, which is the one who commands all the loot goblins. He's the one that gets all the valuables in the first place. And he's in here. You can fight him as many times as you want, but you can only summon the portal once with the loot goblin amiibo. If you summon the portal the normal way, which is essentially by killing loot goblins, finding them in the world and killing them, there's a chance to get a loot goblin that way. You can also obtain a portal from the loot goblin by finding a very specific unique item and transmitting it in a cube, which is also another way. I believe it's the loot goblin ring. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. Every time I find one, I usually just end up making a portal to go to fight greed. Killing him is usually pretty sweet because he does give some very nice gear a lot of the times, and it is a very good way to get yourself some high-end stuff early on. Also, during the fight, he summons forth some loot goblins, which if you're careful, you can actually kill. He also drops stuff on the ground the entire time while you're fighting him. There's one of his loot goblins right there, a treasure fiend. Let's see if I can get this treasure fiend under control. And as you can see, I was able to get some death breaths from him and some other nice items, which is pretty cool. A couple of those spawn here and there, so keep your eyes open for the loot goblins as you're doing this battle.
Not enough essence. I'm afraid not.
And he's still not dead yet. The Baroness of the Vault. And of course, once you kill her, she drops the big giant reed strong box, which of course you can open, and usually drops you a whole bunch of items on the ground. Usually at least a legendary. Managed to find a legendary chest armor, and then you can also play with the chest, which is pretty funny. You can chomp on her like this. Which is pretty funny in my eyes. But that's it. That's it in a nutshell. Once you have completed the this particular zone, you're not going to be able to scan the amiibo again for another day. So our little loot goblin amiibo actually does have a real purpose inside of Diablo 3, which is very cool. And you know, not everybody loves Diablo 3, but I thought the loot goblins were just a really cool thing about Diablo 3. They were one of the things that I really liked about Diablo 3. And that's why I managed to get myself a loot goblin amiibo. Alright guys and gals, as always, I do appreciate when you watch my videos, and there's going to be a lot more toy videos coming than this one. I'm starting out with these easier stuffs, and then I'm going to start getting into some of the more advanced videos, like the Transformers, like this guy, who literally has 3 different transformations, frickin' Ultra Magnus, and some of the more intricate Transformers. As always, thanks for watching, and keep watching. And make sure you stick around, because I have one more fashion shot of the Loot Goblin before you go.